Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Adam and Anna podcast. I am Anna, and I'm so happy that you are here today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Adam. It's great to be back here again. Anna, how are you today?
I am doing very well, Adam. I feel excited today. How about you?
I feel great, Anna. I am ready to help our listeners learn English.
Me too. Today, we have a very important topic job interview in English.
Yes, job interviews are very important. Many people feel nervous about job interviews. They want to speak good English. They want to get the job. Today, we will help you.
That is right, Adam. Today, our topic is English for job interviews. We will talk about common questions. We will talk about good answers. We will help you feel ready and confident.
Before we start, if you like this podcast, please subscribe and share it with your friends. It really helps us. Okay, everyone, are you ready? Let us start. So, Anna, when someone goes to a job interview, what is the first question they usually hear? What is the most common question?
That is a good question, Adam. The first question is usually very simple. The interviewer says, "Tell me about yourself." This is question number one. Tell me about yourself.
Yes, tell me about yourself. I heard this question in every job interview, every single interview. This is a very common question. But Anna, many people do not know how to answer. What should they say?
Good question, Adam. You should keep your answer short and simple. Talk about your work experience, talk about your skills, talk about your education. Do not talk about your personal life too much.
That is right, Anna. For example, I can say, my name is Autumn. I worked in customer service for 3 years. I am good at talking to people. I am friendly and helpful. I want to work for your company.
Perfect, Adam. That is a great answer. You talked about your experience, you talked about your skills, you said why you want the job. That is a good answer. Keep it short, keep it simple.
Thank you, Anna. So that is question number one. Tell me about yourself. Anna, what is question number two? What is another common question?
Question number two is, what are your strengths? Strengths means things you are good at, things you do well. The interviewer wants to know your good qualities.
Ah, yes. What are your strengths? I like this question. This is your time to talk about good things. You can talk about your skills, you can talk about your personality.
Exactly, Adam. For example, you can say, I am a hard worker. I always finish my work on time. I am good at solving problems. I work well with other people. These are all strengths.
Those are excellent examples, Anna. I also like to say, I am organized, I am responsible, I learn new things quickly. These words are good for job interviews.
Yes, Adam, those are perfect words. Organized means you keep things neat. Responsible means people can trust you. These are important strengths for any job.
So, Anna, we talked about strengths. Now, let us talk about the opposite. What is question number three?
Question number three is, what are your weaknesses? Weaknesses means things you are not good at. This is a difficult question, Adam. Many people feel nervous about this question.
You are right, Anna. This question is tricky. People think, should I tell them my problems? Will they not hire me? But Anna, there is a good way to answer this question, right?
Yes, Adam, there is a smart way to answer. You should talk about a small weakness, then you should talk about how you are working on it. You show that you want to get better.
That is a great strategy, Anna. For example, I can say, sometimes I work too slowly because I want everything to be perfect. But now I am learning to work faster. I am improving every day.
Perfect example, Adam. You mentioned a weakness, but then you said you are working on it. You are trying to improve. That is a very good answer. The interviewer will like this answer.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, so we talked about strengths and weaknesses. What other questions are common in job interviews?
Another very common question is, why do you want to work for our company? This question is important, Adam. The interviewer wants to know if you really want the job.
Yes, why do you want to work for our company? I think this question is very important. You need to show that you know about the company. You need to show that you care.
Exactly, Adam. Before your interview, you should learn about the company, read their website, learn what they do. Then, in your answer, talk about what you learned.
Good advice, Anna. For example, I can say, I read about your company online. I like your products. I like your values. I think I can help your company grow. I want to be part of your team.
Wonderful answer, Adam. You showed that you did research. You showed that you care about the company. You said how you can help. That is exactly what the interviewer wants to hear.
Anna, another question I heard many times is, why should we hire you? This question is similar but a little different. What do you think about this question?
Oh, yes, Adam. Why should we hire you? This is your chance to sell yourself. You need to talk about what makes you special. What can you do that other people cannot do?
That is right, Anna. You need to be confident. You can say, you should hire me because I have good experience. I work hard. I am reliable. I will help your company succeed.
Perfect, Adam. The word reliable is very good. Reliable means people can count on you. You always do what you say. Employers love reliable workers.
Yes, Anna, being reliable is very important. Okay, what about questions about the future? Do interviewers ask about your goals?
Yes, Adam. Many interviewers ask, what are your goals? They might ask about short-term goals or long-term goals. Short-term means soon, like this year. Long-term means many years from now.
Good explanation, Anna. So if someone asks, what are your short-term goals? You can say, my short-term goal is to learn this job well. I want to become very good at my work.
That is excellent, Adam. And for long-term goals, you can say, my long-term goal is to grow with this company. I want to take on more responsibility. Maybe I can become a manager one day.
That sounds great, Anna. You show that you want to stay with the company. You show that you are thinking about the future. Employers like people who want to grow and stay.
That is true, Adam. Now, let me ask you something. Do interviewers ask questions about how you work, about your work style?
Yes, Anna. They ask questions like, do you work well under pressure? Pressure means stress, when you have a lot of work to do quickly.
Right, Adam. And you should answer yes. You can say, yes, I work well under pressure. When I have a deadline, I stay calm. I focus on my work. I always finish on time.
Great answer, Anna. Another question is, do you work well in a team? Most jobs need teamwork, so you should say yes. You can give an example from your past experience.
Exactly, Adam. You can say, yes, I love working in a team. At my last job, I worked with 5 other people. We helped each other. We finished our projects together. Teamwork is important to me.
Perfect, Anna. Giving examples is very important. Do not just say yes or no. Tell a short story. Give an example. This makes your answer stronger and more believable.
I agree, Adam. Examples help a lot. Now, there is one more important question we should talk about. Many interviewers ask, do you have any questions for us?
Oh yes, Anna. This is usually the last question. And you know what? You should always say yes. You should always have questions to ask. This shows you are interested in the job.
Exactly, Adam. Never say, no, I do not have any questions. That sounds like you do not care. Instead, ask good questions about the company or the job.
Right, Anna. You can ask, what does a typical day look like in this job? Or you can ask, what are the most important skills for this position? These are good questions.
Those are excellent questions, Adam. You can also ask, what do you like most about working here? This question shows you care about the company culture. Culture means the feeling and values of the workplace.
Great suggestion, Anna. Okay, so we talked about many common questions today. Let me say them again so everyone can remember. Question 1 is, tell me about yourself.
Question 2 is, what are your strengths? And question 3 is, what are your weaknesses? These are very common questions, everyone.
Question 4 is, why do you want to work for our company? Question 5 is, why should we hire you? These questions are about showing your interest.
Question 6 is about goals. What are your goals? Remember, short-term goals and long-term goals. Think about both.
And do not forget questions about teamwork and working under pressure. Be ready to give examples. Examples make your answers much better.
And always, always have questions to ask at the end. This is very important. It shows you are interested and engaged. Engaged means you care and pay attention.
That is excellent advice, Anna. Before we finish, do you have any final tips for our listeners? Any last advice for job interviews?
Yes, Adam, my advice is to practice. Practice your answers before the interview. Say them out loud. Practice in front of a mirror. Practice with a friend. The more you practice, the less nervous you will feel.
That is excellent advice, Anna. I also want to say, be yourself. Be honest. Smile. Make eye contact. These small things are important. They show you are confident and friendly.
I agree, Adam. And remember, it is okay to feel nervous. Everyone feels nervous before a job interview. Take a deep breath. Speak slowly. You can do this.
Okay, everyone, that is our lesson for today. We talked about common job interview questions. We talked about good answers. We hope this helps you feel more ready and more confident.
Yes, remember these questions. Practice your answers. You will do great in your next job interview. We believe in you.
We also want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Tell us, have you had a job interview in English? What questions did they ask you? We read every comment.
Thank you so much for listening today, everyone. We will see you in the next episode. Good luck with your job interviews. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Keep practicing your English.